Not all effort is healthy. Some of it is fear wearing a productivity mask. Welcome to Typology Corner. My name is Rachel Castile, and today I'm starting an amazing series called Refinement Fridays. This is your space to slow down, breathe deep, and align with what actually brings you peace. Today we're exploring something subtle but powerful, striving versus surrender. Because striving often looks like growth, but it's really just fear in disguise. This topic is extremely personal to me right now. Even being on camera right now, being like getting into the flow of what is actually made for me, I've had to learn to surrender from striving because striving has exhausted me. That something that is innate to me that I love became draining, became hard from the level of like perfectionism and criticalness I've had on myself. So making this video right now is a surrender. Being being a content creator is surrender for me, surrendering to the flow of what I'm made for. This is like the most natural me, the most like me loves this. Like this is what I was created for. And but it's amazing how striving can weave itself and suck the life and suck the joy out of the things that you love. I've seen that. Maybe you can relate. And yes, fear is hidden driving a lot of this. And yeah, fear, it's torment. It's torment. So yeah, let's start there. I've got some notes I'm going to go through and flow with. So yeah, fear strives, trust surrenders. Striving says, I have to make this happen. Surrender says, I'll show up and trust what unfolds. Striving is fear in motion, urgent, pressured, and controlling. Yeah, let's explore that. Generally, what I've seen, it's like what I've been afraid of happening was actually motivating me more than what was conscious to me. The conscious thing is like, let's just take money for instance. Oh, I need to make this much a day. And I'll stick to that. That's my goal. Make this much a day. I create a schedule, I create a plan, I create a time block to go execute and get that done. Well, what God's been showing me is like, hey, you think that's what's motivating you. You're actually afraid of not having what you need. So you're fearfully hijacking the flow of your day to fixate on making sure that that thing's done. So it could be a striving and it could be a frustration, could be in that, connected to that, because there's an area where I'm not actually trusting God for my finances, for provision. And maybe God is saying, I want to give you provision in a different way, but you're fixated it's going to come through this avenue and you fearfully won't let go of it. You won't pivot and move and flow in the ways I created you to. You're not giving time to your calling because you're giving all your time to this area that God's actually wanting to like transition me out of. I'm seeing that in my life. That is a current story. Being present to Typology Corner is an area of surrender and trusting and being on camera. And yeah, striving says, I have to make this happen. I'm responsible. I got to do this. If I don't do it, all hell's going to break loose. Things are not going to be covered. I got to do it. I got to manage this. I got to hold this. And there's nothing wrong with being committed to what you're doing. But when fear is driving it, it leads to striving. But surrender says, I'll show up and trust what unfolds. So the idea of showing up, that means I've been guided. This felt like where I needed to be. And I'm going to trust what's going to happen. I'm going to be open for what appears. I'm going to trust that this is a safe place for me. This is good for me. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all. That's not great in the mic. So I'm going to get into this, that striving shows up in the body. And as you're releasing tension, it can come out in a lot of different ways. Striving is fear in motion. So it's movement. It looks like productivity. It looks like, man, I'm getting stuff done. This is where I need to be. I ain't got time for that. I love y'all, but I got to go get this stuff done. I'll be back. So I'm not present because I need to get this done because really I'm trying to prevent something I don't want to happen. So it becomes urgent, pressured, and controlling. It's needing to control. Fear in motion. Surrender, on the other hand, is action grounded in trust. See, it's motion, but it's grounded in trust. So, you can be working hard and still be surrendered. So don't think surrender is laziness. It's not about doing less. It's about carrying less fear while you do it. I'm feeling this right now, y'all. No more fear in content creation. I'm going to get into control and anxiety because they're big topics related to this. Very big. Like, what outcome am I trying to prevent that's leading to anxiety? So let's get into what striving feels like in the body. Striving doesn't just happen in your mind, it shows up in your body. They're connected. The soul and the body, they work together. You can be start to feel tense, tight. The soul feels a potential outcome and the body reacts to it. The body thinks it already happened because the mind thought it. It's already bracing itself for a potential that's not real. I'm telling you, if maybe I encourage you as I do this, you can loosen up yourself. I'm reminding my body it can be relaxed when recording. It doesn't have to think about, oh, there's something seriously, it's my stuff. Seriously, there could be, I could say something. Now I got to stop the video. I need to start over. I messed up. I made a mistake. I burped. I did this. So let's just stretch it out. Let's stretch it out. So some manifestations that show up for me: tight shoulders, tight neck, shortness of breath, looping thoughts, rushing. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this real quick. Because it could be oh, somebody's coming over. I don't want them to see me in this state. I want to prevent judgment. So let me get my affairs in order. Now I'm striving. I'm not in rest anymore. I got to get this together. Kind of the Martha story. Instead of being at Yeshua's feet, Martha's I need to clean the kitchen. I need to get this done. It's kind of that surrender versus striving. I surrender to what I am right now and it being seen. That's what surrender feels like. And whatever happens, maybe I'll be judged. Maybe somebody's going to make fun of me. But I think I'll be able to make it through that. I can weather that. I can make it through that. I will be able to experience that and stay present. That's what surrender feels like. Striving is trying to prevent that outcome. It believes I can't handle it. I won't know what to do. I won't have guidance when I get there. I won't see my part, my role, what flow looks like for me in that situation. I need to control the outcome. I don't know what could happen. This potentially could happen. And because that's the potential, I will just control the outcome. And it can sound like wisdom, but it's fear disguised as wisdom. Yeah. The sense that you have to hold it all together. I'll be vulnerable. I feel that way about having notes, having an outline about what I'm going to talk about. Oh no, I have this ideal expectation. I have to not, you can't tell that I'm reading. I have learned I like anchors of thought. that help me go back into certain places. So like, guys, I have an outline. Oh. But like, these are things I'm trying to control. I want to like seem like I'm not reading. I need to make sure there's no silence in the video. No dead space. Oh, I'm putting myself on blast, and it's very freeing. Oh. Take a deep breath with me. Oh. Striving often begins when you're trying to prevent an outcome you don't want. That's control. I have another control. I normally start the video over because people are talking outside and it's probably coming into the video. Striving often begins when you're trying to prevent an outcome you don't want. Yes, that's control, and anxiety is its messenger. How do you know that control is in operation? Anxiety is your signal. Anxiety. Let anxiety be a signal that control is in operation. But think, okay, what if I do let that happen? What's the worst that could happen? I can live with that. That's surrender. I'm surrendering to what will be, and I'm going to be okay. So it's anchoring a different belief. I'm going to be just fine. I'm safe. I'm safe if that happens. I'm still not vulnerable. I'm still good. I can trust that all that will occur, I will be okay. It won't steal my joy. It won't steal my peace. It won't have the ability to move me out of rest. That's surrender. And surrender is in all different areas of life. You could have surrendered something in this area, and then you have this whole nother area of your soul that's struggling, that's striving, and it's struggling to believe something. So yeah, you may be good in this, in relationships, and this, but like finances is where you struggle. Maybe it's like you have social anxiety. It's like, I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of being laughed at, criticized. And social anxiety can like lead you to try to control those potential outcomes. And you could have different ways. It's like, I'm just going to withdraw. I'm just going to remove myself from that variable. Or I could reach out and try to prevent it through like trying to be likable, trying to be trying to help, trying to produce something for somebody. This is so funny. Like, it sounds like people are tearing down the building next to me. Just it's so funny. I totally would have stopped this video before. Yeah, so let's have an OP moment. My type, I'm double masculine ESTP. What that means is my sensing function is masculine and my extroverted decider is masculine. So that leaves me with my extroverted sensing being a masculine, my extroverted feeling is masculine. My inner world is completely feminine. Feminine introverted thinking, feminine introverted intuition. Okay. So like I have this like wanting to control the environment. I want to push on the environment. I want to, hey, everything be quiet, like no sound. I want total control of the outside. Like I want to arrange things the way I want it. I want things to be done a certain way. I want to push, I have that sense of like, okay, this is what should be. So I'm that way with values, and I'm that way with like my environment. Like, yeah. So this is me like letting go of control. Letting go of control. And going, it's all good. It's all good. And it's connected to like, I want the video to be a certain experience. So I gotta like control. I don't want y'all to not like the video. I don't want, I don't want to say something that gets me judged. There's all those things. So yeah, guys, I'm going on tangents, but they're relevant. But the anxiety shows me like, oh, I'm trying to control something. Okay, so let's look on the other side. We looked at what does striving feel like in the body. Now, what does surrender feel like? So, an anchor point, surrender isn't checking out. It's choosing to rest into trust. Rest is the doorway to trust. You have to choose to step back from the anxiety, from the control, which is a rest position. Rest. And then you're choosing in your mind and in your heart to believe in a different outcome. And that's when trust happens. It's like, you know what? I choose to trust that all my needs are going to be met. But if you don't rest out of the movement, like I said earlier, striving is fear in motion. So you have to stop the ship. You got to park it. Sit still, be still, and rest into trusting a different outcome. So yeah, it's not checking out. Like sometimes when you have a season of rest, you have to it takes a while to get all of you to stop moving. Like you didn't stop your body, but your mind is running a mile an hour, like 100 miles an hour. Your heart is still freaking out. So the deeper you can sit and rest, you then can see what your mind's believing, what your heart is believing, and then you can choose to trust in a different reality. And then you'll see your body calm down. You'll see your body begin to experience what surrender feels like in the body. And here's some examples. It could feel like spaciousness. Just receive that spaciousness. So I feel tension in my neck, feel tension in my shoulders, and I'm like resting into like letting my body know it can chill out. It can chill. Like I'm gonna be okay. Like, hey, whatever happens on this video, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Spaciousness. So the tension starts to go. I'm not trying to prevent an outcome. Grounded breath. I can breathe. I live not being able to breathe most of my life. I'd be talking and running out of breath, trying to just say, "Hey, how you doing?" What'd you do today? Oh, I did this and no, but yeah, I try to mask that out that was happening. But yeah, out of breath. So many risky things could happen right now. I'm trying to prevent something. So grounded breath, spaciousness, calm presence, even while active. I'm here, but I can be calm. That's when you feel presence. It's like grounded breath, spaciousness, calm presence, even while active. You can just take in the world for what it is. For what it is. Living in rest is surrender. I feel such a deep, movement. I can feel rest expanding from my core. Presence. It takes surrender to be who you were created to be. Our strivings, our running from our fears is what keeps us caught in our Enneagram patterns, caught in our OPS patterns. Our real self doesn't have time to breathe, to show its face, because it's too risky. It's too risky. So much could happen. So it's easier to just live in the coping strategy. Yeah. We're able to be who we've always been, but it does take surrender. It takes trust and it takes rest. From rest, you discover what is truly in flow for you. You can't find the flow if you're not living in rest. If you can't discern that you're not in rest, you'll never know that you're not in the flow that is ideal for you. And that's how our bodies get worn down. That's how we get destroyed. We are living in stress and don't know it. Therefore, our immune system's horrible. We're getting sick. Yeah. Rest, surrender, and trust. Yeah. I had a train of thought that I'm trying to find the train again. It just took off. But yeah. About the flow though, yeah, from rest, you discover what is truly in flow for you. Yeah, you don't know flow. You know your routines. You know what's familiar. You know what you've always done. And that feels like flow, where it's like it's a comfort zone that can mask as your true divine flow because it's what you do. This is what I do. And this is how I process it. And this is why I do it. I go to work to provide for y'all. Could feel like my flow. But it could be that you're not present and you don't have any real relationships. And work is a great place to hide in from reality about your heart and your life. But it feels familiar. It's the rationalization of like, I'm doing all this for y'all. I'm doing this for y'all. I've been there. I've seen that. There's no condemnation in these stories. But the more we can identify routine versus the flow. If fear of not having enough drives you to work, you're not living in rest. You're being driven. Stress is what's moving you. I can't find my heart when I'm trying to prevent rejection. I can't even share it. I'm regulating and changing myself and how I appear and how I show up in relationships because there's an outcome I'm consumed with that I cannot experience. I'm saying I will control and make sure this doesn't happen. So it's been like this vulnerable peeling away to break open to who I really am, and like that sharing my heart is not shameful when my whole value and worth is attached to the identity I present myself to be. These are the things I want to unpack on Refinement Fridays. This is real life. This is real life. This is my journey. This is what I've been going through. Um, this is what has set me free, though. This is what refinement looks like. And that's why I love to start with surrender versus striving, because it's like it's the entry point to refinement. Being willing to see what even needs to be surrendered. You have to learn how to discern that, how to come to see that about yourself, to see tendencies, to see the coping strategy so you can rest out of it, surrender to a new reality, and then live in flow. Find your flow. Find your gifts. Find the virtue that your heart really embodies. Like you're created to bring into the world such beauty in a way that only you can. That's why this journey is necessary. Because your coping strategy can look like a good thing. And really, you're just being exploited. It's not health for you, but it's surely valuable to the church. It's valuable to the workplace. But it ain't health for you at all. You've been crushed by a system that's using your ignorance of self. Most people involved are under the same thing, so not that people intend to do that. Some people do. But yeah, a brokenness. So yeah, from rest, you discover what is truly in flow for you. You're still doing, but now from the pace and place that's meant for you. That's the difference. The pace and the place that is meant for you. You're still like, I'm right here, I'm doing. But it just feels like I finally got in alignment. I'm finally doing what I was created to do. The deeper I rest, the more powerful what I do becomes because my real self is present. She's getting to talk, not performance, not striving, not control, not manipulation. What rest sounds like is I'm not forcing this. I'm trusting I'll know my part when it's time. I told my friend this. So there's this clip from Adventure Time, and I shared it with her. And it goes, my heart, my heart. But like, I start doing that every time there's something that like really like touches my heart. I'm like, my heart, my heart. uh, I'm not forcing this. I'm trusting I'll know my part when it's time. It's just like I can come in the room, look around, and you feel the flow. This is what I need to do next. This is where I need to be. This is a conversation I need to be in. This is what I need to tell this person. Not just like forcing connection. Let me just tell you everything about me. All every single thing the second I meet you. If it's in the flow, great, but like the pressure to try to make it happen is exhausting. We get permission to rest. Something a friend of mine said, it's like I forgot how she said it, but it's like I don't have to say yes quickly. I get to like wait to say yes to something. I can say no right now. I can wait. I can wait. I can wait. I can rest when I'm introduced to something. I'm learning this. Part of some things, like you do hear the flow, and people around you might not hear the flow, and then you have to wait. You have to wait. It's refinement. It's refinement of a different area of your heart, of your life. Sometimes you hear a head of a community. Maybe you're a pioneer of something. Maybe you know something that you have to wait on. But it refines you. I'm so grateful for the times when I've had to wait. My God, I'm so glad I had to wait for some things. Because what it showed me about myself, what it showed me about people, but my expectations on people, it showed me how defined I was by the thing I was trying to get immediately and not having it and what fit my soul went into. I needed to see that stuff. See what my identity was wrapped up in and how I couldn't find rest or peace. I was just like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do it. I'm like, why do I gotta? Why do I gotta do it? Why do I gotta do it? I have so much to share on that. Yeah, this is what surrender looks like. You have to see where you're striving. And sometimes you can't see it until you hit a brick wall so thick, you take your bulldozer out, it don't come down. You try to send people over the wall to go get the thing for you on the other side. That don't work. They run away. They steal it. Like, you just have to sit and wait and rest. And then you learn what surrendering to the outcome, where it's like, I resolve on what I've seen. I resolve on what I've been shown. It will be, and I don't have to make it happen today. I can rest because it already exists. I already conceived it. I love a Neville Goddard quote that once you've conceived something, all you need to do is just wait. It'll birth itself. Don't worry about how it comes to pass. Know that it will. And you'll know that you trust when you can fully rest. When you stop trying to make it happen. I'm a kind of person, I like to know. So I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask until I get a no. Once I get a no, then now I know. All roads lead to rest, though. However, we're wired differently. Okay, so now let's move into some myths about surrender. Okay, surrender isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Wisdom is being able to see. It's clarity. If you think you can see while you're moving, imagine how much you could see if you were still. Sometimes we have to be still enough to receive counsel. Because our patterns keep us running. We're defensive. We just want to get done and be validated by what we already think. And the movement can be pride that keeps the word from actually touching the heart. It being a revelation that we can then use. Revelation can be a tool that the lights came on. I can see so much more. And because I can see, I can move differently. So yeah, surrender isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's clarity. Sometimes we're involved in something because we're doing it in our devotion to something. And our devotion is what has us striving. When really rest was always an option. But our devotion says, I have to do this. I have to serve. I have to do this. Da, 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 da. This is my duty. And in religion, people are just striving, I don't want God to be mad at me. I want to do my part. It's you're I don't want to go to hell. These constructs literally have people completely fear-based. Whole life, just purely reaction to fear. Completely. I don't want to be fired. I don't want to be fired. I don't want to be laid off. I don't want to fail. I don't want to be judged. I don't want my parents to not be proud of me. I don't want this. I don't want that. And therefore they can't be present. So yeah, it's not a weakness to let go, sit back, and see what comes up in your soul. That's what wisdom is sight. So when you rest, you can see it comes up, you see it. With sight, you can make a new decision. You can be I don't like that. I don't want that no more. I don't want to live that way. I don't want that to be driving me. But our conscious mind is totally fixated on something completely different than our subconscious programming. Our subconscious is who we really are. But consciously, I'm I'm just got to go do this because of this, because of X, Y, and Z. We don't see what's actually driving us. We don't see it until we're still. When it's head just heart freaking out. Because what's actually going on, we can't see until we're still. Until we rest. And as you begin to live a lifestyle of rest, a lifestyle of stillness, you're actually choosing a lifestyle of wisdom. I want to see. It's saying I want to see. I want to see what's in my subconscious that my conscious mind avoids seeing for decades. Denies it. Every time somebody walks up and says something about me, about subconscious me, my conscious mind says, nuh-uh, and then cuts them out of my life completely. These people don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. These people don't know me. I don't want to make a statement that like could be interpreted to mean that, hey, people do have false accusations and they say you do need to reject stuff that's false, but you can sit back and not fear that either. You can sit back, let wisdom come, let clarity come in stillness, assess yourself and be like, oh, that's not really in my heart. I see why they think that, but that's not that. So don't take on what everybody's saying either, but don't be defensive either. There's balance in that. But yeah, surrender is not laziness. It's not apathy. Yeah, it can seem like apathy when you see like this like super motivated, super in motion person who's being driven by actually like a fear of failure. They could think you're lazy because you don't carry that same energy in your movement, in what you're doing. It's like you just got no motivation. You're got no I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but momentum. Where's your momentum? You're just sitting there. You're so lazy. What's up with you? Peace can sometimes make anxiety feel that way as a deflection. But yeah. Surrender is not giving up. Yeah. It's the way it's written, and it's not giving up. So yeah, it's not apathy, it's not laziness, and it's not giving up. It's choosing to let go of control without letting go of intention. Let that soak. The intent is still there. The vision is still there. The resolve is still there. I know what I want. I'm not going to try to control it. I'm not going to try to define every little step that gets me there. Maybe the path that gets me there is not something I'm consciously aware of right now, but I'll become aware of it on the path. So surrender is saying, this is the outcome, and I'm gonna walk it out in rest. And in rest, you can receive new revelation, new ideas that gets incorporated in the path that gets you there. Sometimes your breakthrough will come from a conversation with a person and you're trying to do it on your own. So you'll never get it, because that's not what would produce freedom for you. But you can build out a plan you would think in your own understanding that could get you to the point. So that's why a life of rest matters. So you can hear the flow. You can hear like, I just feel like I'm supposed to go talk to that person. And sure enough, there's a key that they hold for you in your journey. They'll unlock something. Maybe they'll have compassion that you haven't felt, and have advice that you could receive from them, but you couldn't receive it from your dad. You couldn't receive it from your mom. You couldn't receive it from your husband. But you can receive it from them. So you have to be living in rest to see. And with sight, you can make a new decision. Surrender is faith in motion, not fear in disguise. Faith means you've already seen something. I saw it already. Faith is not blind. I saw it. I believe it, so I can rest. Real faith produces rest. For example, it's like I already saw that I'm able to do content in rest. It took a while to surrender into it. So now my faith, it's like I'm choosing to actually let go of the things I'm trying to control. Therefore, I can actually rest. It was the control that was preventing me from stepping into what I've already seen. The self-protection. It's believing the outcome that's best for you will come without forcing it. It produces rest. It will be. Oh, it will be. It's just like, oh, what if they throw this at you? It won't matter. It won't matter. It's already going to happen. It's done. I don't even have to force it. This isn't a setback. I just got to like go and visualize and see it, even more. I got to go and like just birth more stuff in my imagination. I got to sit back and be like, oh, this is what I want. It got tried by fire in every way. And look, it's stronger than ever. I believe in it. It's produced even deeper rest in me instead of freak out. So that's the breaking. When you break out of when I've been ramming into the wall, ramming into the wall, ramming into the wall, ramming into the wall, and you rest. And if the rest doesn't become throwing in the towel, it ain't for me. I tried everything I could. That thing don't work. Oh, those businesses don't work. What a lot of people do. When really it's like, no, this is the path toward the manifestation, the birthing of what I already know to be true. So I'm just going to spend time with my journal, visualizing and seeing what is my role to play today. What is the piece of my journey today that I can step into that will help in my character development, in the advancement of the being that I am, not just that part of my life. It's like, well, maybe I could pivot. Maybe there's something else I've abandoned because I've been fixated and striving, trying to get this area moving. Well, what about the whole me? I've seen that where like I can be so focused where I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do. That part of my life will be later. And then like this little birdie pops up and is like, hey, invites me to something that would be good for this other area of my life. I'm like, oh, I'm not focused on that right now. And I feel convicted. I'm like, oh no, I'm supposed to go do that. Like one of my friends had a songwriting class and it was life-changing because it helped me see I can write. Like I've had a block with thinking like my flow, like I can actually do this thing. Like I loved it. And I said no first. Then I realized like, hey, yeah, I'm doing Typology Corner, but like I can go do that too. I can live my life too. I can have friends too. I don't have to be just like all one thing. And that's how I begin to see like my identity is tied up in like, I don't want to mess up on this. So I need to give all my time to it. I got to be perfectionistic about it. Versus like, no, what is just the flow of my life? Where's the grace for all of it? For all that I am now? If something keeps getting pushed far into the future, I'm out of alignment. I'm not in my identity now in some way that I keep seeing my future self will do it versus my now self. And the more I be my now self, I believe the things that are meant for me will be attracted to me. They will come into my life instead of chasing it. So, yeah, it's believing the outcome that's best for you will come without forcing it. So here's the invitation to rest. I like to give questions because they produce thought, they produce reflection. So this week, ask yourself, where am I striving out of fear or control? Where am I striving out of fear or control? You can journal on these. Get you a journal and maybe just have a journal to follow my videos, I guess. And yeah, do some reflective work. That's what my coaching's like. What would it look like to trust this moment instead? So you've got a vision, a future vision of something bad happening. Ask yourself, what would it look like to trust this moment instead? What if I could trust that I'm going to be safe in this moment? How would that make me feel? Would my body relax? Would I share my heart more? What if I believed rejection couldn't affect me that deeply? It's just a reflection of the person and where they are. What if I choose that? That's a cool reality. I like that one. Let's put that tape in. Let's pull the other one out and let's let that vision play out. I like that one better. That's what change is like. When we're responsible for our whole life, anything that's happening, it's our fault. Like it's the way my tapes play. Whoever put the tape in, somebody else may have put the tape there 20 years ago, but I got to take the tape out. Healing can be a hard reality. It's like, I'm responsible when they did this to me. Just how it is. I have to steward my own soul. Next question. Can I let rest and peace guide the timing and my role? Maybe you're like, I want to be the manager. I want to be the manager. I don't want nobody managing me. And maybe like rest in peace is like, not your season right now. You wouldn't learn what you needed to learn right now. Maybe you need to have this other role. But still resolve. Like if you see vision, don't ever like let a season break your vision for long term. Just what growth will I get from this season that I'll be so glad I have as a manager, as a business owner? I'll be so glad that I did the work in this area. Oh, this is going to be a blessing for the people I work with one day because I walked through this. Yeah. A season doesn't define your destiny. For those that are faith-based, this is more of a faith-based line. But yeah, maybe God isn't asking you to push harder. Maybe he's asking you to partner with peace. Let peace and wisdom guide your pursuits, and they will be like, indestructible businesses. When peace and wisdom mentored you. Because wisdom will show you where you need to be refined. You'll be giving yourself to like that fiery purification, right? You take gold, you put it in fire to bring out the impurities. When you realize that refining fire is for your good, you're okay with not having something manifest right above the ground that everybody can see it like, ooh, look at what I'm doing. I'm so successful. Sometimes the best work is done under the ground, and it's like, oh, and it comes out like this indestructible, beautiful thing that's like so rooted in something that is life-giving. And striving didn't even establish it. Rest did. That's what we think about our foundations. They matter. So yeah, let that be your refinement. Partner with peace, partner with rest, partner with wisdom, partner with clarity. And when you're okay with being seen, then you can be transformed. And that's what surrender is like. When you surrender to that you're loved, you have a purpose, you have a future, then it's like, okay, I can rest in that reality. I don't have to try to get myself there. Then it's like, what do you want me to see about myself? What do I need to discover? And that will take you all the way to where you're meant to be. So yeah, guys, that is it for striving versus surrender. Comment below where you felt tension between striving and surrender. I've kind of described a lot of my journeys so far. But yeah, I'd love to hear your journey of where you felt if you're striving in finances and what it surrender produce in your life. If you're striving in relationships, what it surrender produce in your life. Like I met my husband when I wasn't looking for him. When I wrote out in March, maybe 6 months before we really connected, to a T, sitting furloughed, COVID time, sitting with a journal, wrote out to a T what I wanted in a husband, like wrote it all out. I resolved on that's what I actually want. And he showed up when I wasn't looking. I tried to make him my best friend for 6 months. And he's everything on that paper. Everything to the nth degree and some. But everything on that paper is who he is. So yeah, striving for connection, striving in relationships that are toxic for you, trying to find it. Yeah, I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your journey. Anything you comment, other people read comments. It'll bless the community. It'll bless people who the algorithm gave this video to. So yeah, share your stories. Share your stories, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all places, wherever you're tuning in. Share your stories. I'd love to read them and encourage you and just celebrate what you're walking through. And subscribe to the channel. Follow me for weekly Refinement Fridays. That's what this is. This is the beginning of Refinement Fridays, exploring various topics about soul health, soul growth. How do we grow? How do we heal? How do we be set free? That's what Refinement Fridays is all about here on Typology Corner. And share this with someone who's carrying too much pressure right now, who's striving, who's burnt out, who can't sleep, who's drinking a lot to just manage, like, doing it again the next day, who hasn't talked to their children in a long time, who doesn't feel connected to their spouse, who's lost hope that they can have good relationships. Anybody in your life that you feel could benefit from this, share it out. Share it on Facebook. Share the video. Text them. Send it out. Yeah, I'd love for it to be a blessing to as many people as possible. Yeah. And a finishing thought, you don't have to force what's meant for you. That's part of the rest. Rest reveals what is meant for you. Rest reveals the flow of your life. Rest reveals what you're created for. You have to trust that you don't have to get into motion to get what you want in striving motion, but let faith in a reality move you forward. And if doing this alone feels hard, if you feel you're in a place that you just need to process, you need somebody to talk to, I do life coaching. My website is typologycorner.com, and I offer general life coaching sessions that's not type-based. I have a lot of type stuff on the Enneagram and objective personality, but my life coaching session is all about that, just having someone to talk to, someone to process with, and to get some practical advice on how to move forward, how to break patterns of things that's going on like this, all the things that we've described. And if you don't see a way out, I can help you with that. I'd love to help you with that. That's my heart. That's what I love to do, man. I love to listen, discern, and help you see you within yourself. Like, a lot of times people find their own discoveries in their own self-reflection. So if anything, I can just be a thought partner to help guide you to see yourself. Just a place of light, right? I think whenever we do get together in a safe place, we get to see new things. And yeah, so that's my heart with that. If you're looking for a community to grow with, other people to chat with, hear stories, and to be in a place to grow and just have honest, real conversations, you want a place to get your questions answered regularly, join my Patreon. It's $7 a month. It is Typology Corner on patreon.com. Links are in the description. You don't have to go search the web for any of this. If you want to book coaching, book a typing session. If you want to join the Patreon, it's below. If you'd like to support my mission and just the work that I do, I have a donation link as well on the resources page of my website. So links below. If you'd like to just support what I do as well, there's a place to donate directly. Or if you want to support through becoming a patron on Patreon, links below. Go on ahead and join for $7. And I do a Q&A every single Sunday, answering your questions that you ask throughout the week. I have a Thursday cutoff, so all questions asked by Thursday night will be in the Sunday video. What's asked later than that will be on the next week's video. So that is the community there for you to support you in your growth. And if you want to just have time to meet other like-minded people on a growth journey who's interested in personality types or just soul health, refinement, all of this, it's for all of you guys. Yeah. The community becomes what all of y'all bring to it. That's my heart for it. So Yeah, I think that's it, guys. If you got value out of the video, go and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Like a lot. It makes a big difference. I like seeing that the video was of value to you. It also helps other people find the video, and seeing that it resonated with the audience. And subscribe for future content. Yeah, Refinement Fridays. Then I have Heart Work Mondays. That's about the Enneagram, heart pattern work, all things the Enneagram. And then Mind Map Wednesdays is objective personality. Myers-Briggs is, a lot of people know that, the 16 personalities, exploring all those things, how our minds are wired. And Refinement Fridays is more like this, diving into different topics related to getting free, seeing ourselves. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.